Yo, live from Keeyzo's Corner. Once again, we doing these back to back today. Um, so I've always been a fan of Big Pimpin', right? Um, love Bun B, Pimp C. I thought they really, at that time, they jumped on that record and held it down and made it one hell of a song. Jay did his thing as well, but those guys being from the South and coming in and doing their thing, you know, solidified them to us in New York. Like, yo, those dudes is hot. Um, and always been a big UGK fan since back then. But one day I was talking to my man Red Boy, and he was like, I said, yo, um, I think we had a discussion about Bun B or something. I was like, man, I ain't never meet Bun. I love to meet Bun. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's one of my favorite artists right now. You know what I mean? So he was like, word. He was like, all right, I set that up. So I went back to the office, and D and I was speaking about going to Houston, and I was telling him, yo, we need to meet Bun. We need to, kind of form a relationship with this dude. I hear he's really down to earth and cool as hell. You know what I mean? I met him one time. I didn't meet him, but I was around him and I seen how cool he was, but I didn't have a chance to meet him. But after that, I told Red Boy, he was like, yo, I'll make the introduction. So me and Damon flew down to Houston, and so we flew down. I think it was 7303 Studio, one of the studios down there. And he was in the booth. So I get down there, sitting there with D, kicking it with D. I'm like, yo, D, come on, man, let's go meet Bun. D was like, go ahead. I was like, what you mean, go ahead, man? Like, I thought you wanted to meet Bun. He was like, I do, but, you the people person, go ahead, smooth it out. Let me know, and I'll come in there, and, whatever, whatever. So I was like, all right, cool, no problem. So I walk in the booth, and in the studio, and you know, Bun is his usual self, down to earth, cool cat. He's like, yo, what's happening, family? What's good? We embrace or whatever. We sitting down, chopping it up. He rolling a little something. I had brought something with me from New York. I pull it out. I show him. He's like, that's nice. So we started bonding over that and just kicking it. And we start talking for about 10 minutes. Then he says, yo, where's D at? I thought D was coming with you. I said, yeah, he out there in the studio. So he comes out. I go out there and get him. D comes in and we start kicking it or whatever. And then from there, man, that's like the relationship that we have, man, that's just turned into big bro. You know what I mean? Like I've outfitted him several times with several different of our collections. I remember one time Red sent me said, yo, man, you gotta come down here for the video, man. We shooting a video. I said, all right, cool, no problem. I come down. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna send you the address. So I get to Houston, staying in a hotel, down by the mall. So I said, you know what? Let me look at this address and see where it's at. So I put it in the GPS, because back then, we didn't have the phones. We had to, when you rented a car down there, you had to get the GPS system. So I put it in my GPS. I think I put it in MapQuest first and then into the GPS, but I put it in MapQuest, and it said it was 90 miles away. So I'm like, 90 miles away? What the hell is this video? I called Rad. I said, yo, Rad, where's this video at, man? He said it's in Port Arthur, Texas, where Bun is from. So I'm like, okay, so it says 90 minutes. He said, yeah, it's going to take you about an hour and a half to get here. So you probably need to hurry up and get on the road, because we're going to start shooting soon. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I shoot down there. I'm on the highway. And for all my Texas folks, I know y'all know these bugs, I don't know what the hell they called, but they was hitting my Jeep like bullets, brrr, the whole way down there. I got down there. I finally pulled up in front of his mom's house, and I got out the car, because I never got out the car. I got out the car to see what was going on. My car looked like somebody threw cement on it. Like all these bugs just had my car looking like it was cemented up. So I get out there. I'm telling Bun about the car and everything. He was like, man, fuck all that, man. I'm just glad you here. He said, you are one of the first people that ever came to Port Arthur to see me and work with me and do some shit with me, bro. He said, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Like, and tell you the truth, straight up and down, I think that just solidified the whole relationship because, you know, we've always had a great relationship going forward since then. Um, but yeah, you know, I've been down. I was down there when Pimp C came home and got the Bentley. He got the Bentley. He was coming home, and it's just good to see him come home, man. And it was like, you know, him, you know, not even meeting him and seeing him and being around him was like, wow, like this dude is down to earth as well. You know what I mean? And we just vibe, man. Every time I went down there and seen Pimp, man, it was crazy. Like he was like he knew me for years. The way he acted around me, man, it was so cool just to be around him for the time that I was. And this is just a little secret. You know, everybody was drinking that lean, you know, and I wasn't, you know, I've never drank it, you know, I wasn't against drinking it, but I was like, well, what is it? And I started inquiring about it. And Pimp C was like, man, you ain't never drank it. He's like, man, I'm gonna make you one myself, man. I'm gonna put it together. So I said, I really don't want a lot, Pimp. He was like, nah, I'm gonna just give you a little taste. I'm gonna give you a little taste. And he wound up giving me maybe about this much. And I drunk it, and I was like, whoa, I was like, dude, that's not for me. I can't roll like that. And I wasn't, you know, I didn't drink a lot, but that it had me feeling a little woozy. But yeah, man, those are my Houston stories with my guys, man. And then and also at that video shoot that I was with Pimp, you know, I guess somebody was like, hey man, who that, man? That's that fool dude. He was like, yeah, that's family, man. And don't fuck with him neither. And if y'all know Pimp, y'all know how he talk, man. But you know, that was cool, man. So, you know, there's a lot of little stories I'm gonna keep sharing with y'all, man. And I hope y'all enjoying, man. Tap in, leave the comments below. Let me know what you think.